Pro days are upon us, and the combine, it's done, it's over, it's in the rear view, as Bobby Valentino once said. Y'all remember that song? Running from my past, what's done I can't redo. I'm just looking in my rear view, Obviously, I don't have the musical talents of a Bobby V or Ludacris, but we're talking receivers, positional rankings, post-combine. So what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm thinking Thursday we're going to be doing another walk the mock, so be on the look for that. Let's go ahead, get into the nitty-gritty. Number 10, Alec Pierce, baby. He had a really, really good combine. Got his scores all there. Fast 40, 4.41. I think he actually led all receivers in the vert, and he had quite the good broad jump. But this cat's been a vertical monster for the Bearcats. Like, this dude, he has quick feet, the ability to stack cornerbacks at the line. He gets legit separation. He's got good bunnies too, obviously. Look at that vert. He's got good bunnies. Only a 6% drop rate over the course of his career. 24 contested catches on 53 attempts. He was a bit limited in the Bearcats offense in terms of his route tree, where it was a lot of, slants, goes, mainly those. And you didn't really see him used a lot on screens and such, but his average depth of target was over 17 yards. This guy is gonna. I think he has a chance to be better. MVS, because MVS. Yes, that is MVS. There we go. The former Packers receiver. Don't know where he's going yet right now. Who was this nice, big-bodied vertical threat that just lacked the ball skills. I think Pierce has those ball skills. I could see him going late second, early third round. Doesn't really get the chance to show a lot of after-the-catch ability. However, where you're really going to make your money back on this guy is his ability as a deep threat. On to number 9, Jalen Tolbert out of South Alabama. This dude had a really good couple of seasons for the, what are they, the Jaguars? Yeah, the Jaguars. Really good couple of seasons for the Jaguars. Topped it off with a really good Senior Bowl as well. Didn't come in as tall as he was listed. He was listed at 6'3", came in at 6'1". But he's still got good size arms, 33-inch arm length. This guy loves to high point the ball. He's not as speedy as some of the other guys, but still 4.49 speed's nothing to gawk at. But how he wins at the catch point. Back in 2020, he hauled in 12 of 15 targets on inaccurate throws of 10-plus yards or more. And then this year, it didn't get any better with Jake Bentley at the helm there. He is a cat that probably needs to put on a little bit more bulk, in my opinion, but good acceleration, good body control. He just does a really good job of manipulating manipulating the catch point. But I thought because he was limited in what he did there at South Alabama. He wasn't like a complete route runner. But again, the Senior Bowl was, I thought, very good for him. I thought he may have been one of the best receivers coming out there at the Senior Bowl. He ran every route asked from him, and he did a fine job at that. I was impressed. It leads me to believe, man, this guy's route tree probably a lot bigger than I initially thought. But yeah, I got him here, ranked 57 on the big board, currently as a long, deep threat until he kind of gets a little more polish and maybe a little more size. At number 8, Christian Watson. This cat has had one hell of an off-season process. Let me tell you about it. It all started at the Senior Bowl. He was right up there with Tolbert as one of the best receivers there. And he just showed off like his route running. Just it was really the explosiveness at his breaks. He showed a little jitter in his runs. You know what you want to expect from like a 6'4", 208 pounder. You just want. And then he shined in the game, and then he went on to have a crazy combine. 4.36 speed, 38.5 vert. The broad was 136. I think that led everyone in the broad. Yeah, the only guys coming close were Kevin Austin. I think someone else had 135, right? Isaiah Weston, the Northern Iowa cat. But going back and looking at his tape, he's not a contested catch guy. That's why I put him down as a vertical speedster. Because he may have a big catch radius and he's got the ability to stack corners, but at the contested catch, it was kind of a weakness. He has a 13% drop rate throughout his whole career. He's only 12 of 40 on contested catches. Like, how this guy wins is with that explosiveness. Like, on these intermediate to long routes, he's able to create ridiculous separation on his break, and he could be gone. Like, that's the impressive thing about him. He has shown season by season a bit more after the catch ability. But I mean, again, this is a guy how he's gonna win, I think, in the NFL is gonna beat you deep and walk into the end zone. That's how I initially see him until his game becomes a bit more versatile. And then again, for a 6'4" guy, you'd kind of want I don't know. I would expect the contested catch be a bit better with him, but no, he's here, 8 on my list. I think this is him making his first appearance on my rankings. And then Jahan Dotson, dude, out of Penn State. I like this cat. He looked great at the combine. He may lack the desired length, though he's still pretty long for a guy that's 5'11", 178, but he does lack that size. The question, I think, with him is it's not going to be his play. He's a wonderful prospect athletically, and just, again, from watching him, like he's an explosive route runner that can create after the catch. He's got legit ball skills. He's very competitive at the catch point. He can make catches in traffic. Like, that's why I put him as a high-end number 2 in the league. I think he could. Can he be a receiver 1? I think potentially. But if anything, he's going to be a great receiver 2. A guy that can move into the slot. I don't think he's a slot-only guy at that size. He has shown he could play on the outside. And just how he catches the ball in stride. It's all fluid, you know. He doesn't like gravitate towards the ball. Instead, he lets it come to him. He catches it with his hands, not his body. I like that. And just he's still gone. He doesn't let up. He doesn't lose speed. It's a fluid. I like this cat a lot, man. Start ability, top notch. He did a fine job against press. There will be concern when it comes to more physical corners, which you're going to find a ton more of those in the NFL. Will he be able to hang, you know? Will he be able to stick to being the outside? I think if you're just exclusively using him on the outside, then you're using him incorrectly. This is a guy you want to kind of move around. But I like Jahan Dotson a lot. He's here at number 7. And then number 6, I got Skyy Moore. This dude had one hell of a combine. Oh, where you at? Here he be. 10.25 inch hands. Ridiculous. I don't think anyone else had bigger hands at the combine. I don't think anyone else did. There were a couple of guys with 10-inch hands, but not 10.25. Holy moly. And then the 4.41 40, I was surprised by. He did solid in the vert and the broad. Where he really, like this cat, where he makes his money is after the catch. The dude's a force missed tackle machine. I think he led all receivers this season with 26 on the year. So dude's good. Dude's good at catching in traffic. Should be pretty good as a contested catcher with those hands. As actually, I think on his contested catches this past year, 8 of 13, so he's pretty fine there. Some may worry about, hey, Western Michigan didn't really see a lot of, didn't play against a lot of high quality teams. Well, going back and looking at how he played against the Power 5, in the Michigan game, he was doing just fine, like getting off a press. His release is pretty nice, but he got hurt early in that game. Only had 2 receptions for 22 yards, though he did go off against Pittsburgh, who another Power 5 squad, 10 receptions, 123 yards, had a TD. Would have had another TD on a 39-yard bomb, but Caleb Elby threw it kind of away from him. So, yeah, no, he's played well when on the big stage, I guess you would say. So, yeah, Skyy Moore, you kind of worry about the size, 5'10", 195. Is he a slot only? I don't think so. I think he's a guy that can run a variety of different routes. I don't think he's going to be a big, deep guy necessarily. I don't think that's out of his wheelhouse, though. But where he's going to make his money is underneath, whether it's schemed targets or if it's him just getting the ball on like on a hitch or a drag or a slant and taking it for an extra 5 to 10, maybe 15 yards. Like, he's got that type of ability. Big fan. And then number 5, Treylon Burks. Oh, this is going to be hot. Listen, everyone kind of hyped him up too much. Where I kind of saw maybe an unpolished AJ Brown. I think even a Laviska Shenault's kind of an interesting comp too. People are out here. Debo, DK, Charles Claypool. No, it's Chase Claypool. Hey, what are you chewing on, bud? Dog's back there being mysterious. It's just, you know what? Like, a lot of us bought into the hype. I kind of did. I kind of expected him. Like, I moved him up in my top 15. Like, hey, he's going to blow the combine doors right off. And quite frankly, he just didn't do that. Listen, for a guy his size, 6'2", 225, moves very well. 4.55 on his 40, which is solid. On his pro day, he increased his vert to 35.5 and the broad, but I don't really see him as an explosive guy. And you know what? Those cone numbers, 7.28, tells me when you do ask. Because it's not like he was asked to do a lot of different routes there at Arkansas. Slant, go, screen. That was about it. It's your 3 routes, and that's all you get. So, like, I don't, like, we already knew he wasn't going to have a route nuance. I don't think he's going to be that great of a route runner either. But there will be certain routes that he is going to be a mismatch nightmare. He's going to be a monster on just because of that size. I put here in terms of his role, I think early on he's a big slot. This guy that primarily played in the slot, on the outside, I don't think he has nearly enough explosiveness to get a free release off the line. So I would say he's a bit of a project in that regard. Doesn't mean he can't do it or can't do it at some point. It's just, if you're trying to get production from him early, I just don't think that's something. I think you put him in the slot. It's a role he played almost exclusively at Arkansas, and he did a very nice at. Very, very nice. 15 forced missed tackles this past season, 7 of 16 on the contested catch. But yeah, you kind of know what you got here, man. He's a mismatch nightmare on a variety of different routes. He's got great size, good athleticism for that size, and you know what? I think he's worth trying to develop. I think he could be a wide receiver 1 someday. That's why I got him up in the first round. And then for Chris Olave, a guy I really, really want to put higher because I think he could be a number one. I really do. If anything, he is going to be this high-end number two, a reliable second receiver. The 40 time was 4.39. To be fair, he thought he ran a 4.26, so he decided not to run a second time. And then this came out. He was like, "What the heck?" So he probably could have ran that faster a second time. 32 on the vert. Then he had 127 or 124, on the broad. This guy is one of the more polished route runners in this class. Yes, he's got rockets. Yes, he's going to be a crazy deep threat. But this dude is a complete route runner. Don't miss that. Since 2019, he has had a step or more of separation on 87% of his targets. That leads all receivers in this class. The dude had only a 5% drop rate. If anything, the one thing I'm concerned with is maybe putting a little more meat on the bones. I don't think he's got a lot of after the catch ability. Like, he's real jittery, but I think if you put a hand on him, then he's as good as toast. But I like how he's got good start-stop ability himself. Like, I like how he can, like, change gears and fluctuate his speed during the routes. I think he does a good job of that. But just don't expect this guy to be a missed tackle machine. But I think he could be, at least early on, a reliable number two. And then number 3, Jameson Williams. Man, we didn't get a chance to see him test out because of the ACL injury, obviously. I don't know why I don't have that as a red flag. Not necessarily a red flag, just kind of a note. There we go. But, like, we know this dude's speed. We know he's got rare stop-start ability. We know he came in weighing 179, but he lost a considerable amount of weight because he can't walk. Or he can't walk a lot. So, yeah, I think he could put on more weight. How much more? I'd be surprised if he could get to 190, just given his frame. But for what this cat does, man, he's actually, coming from Ohio State, he's actually a solid route runner in his own right. He does kind of this. He's not as fluid as I would say an Olave is, in terms of like Olave really just fluctuates at speed, can just like change gears at any time, while I think it's more the jitteriness, the again stop start ability of Jameson Williams. The dude has proven to be pretty darn good after the catch. 9 forced missed tackles this past season. To be fair, a lot of his catches this year, he was coasting to the end zone. Like, again, I go back to the Miami game at the beginning of the year because I was watching that and I'm a Hurricanes fan. I was like, man, I think it was like 3rd and 6 or whatever, and we gave up a 94-yard touchdown. Ouch. But he's good. I think he has a chance to be special. So I got him ranked right here, just a little bit above Olave, who I may consider to be a bit of a safer prospect. And then I got Drake London. Some people like him. Some people hate him. He is the youngest receiver in this class. He will be 20 at the beginning of the NFL year. By the way, if you see the ages, that's their age. They're going to be on the in the season opener. So, yeah, he's got great size, 6'3", 219. Hopefully, we could see him test out on his pro day. As he said, he was still rehabbing and still practicing like the technique for all those drills. But 33-inch wingspan, kind of ridiculous. The dude led all of college football in contested catches. When in 19, he was 19 and 28 on contested catches. He was leading all of college football in forced missed tackles until he went down with the injury. He had 22, which, again, I said 26 was Skyy Moore, who had the most. Keep in mind, Drake London only played 8 games this year. But this dude was money, man, on passes 20-plus yards. He had 15 receptions for over 450 yards. Touchdowns, 6 of those being jump balls where he just won out. I said this with Michael Pittman when he was coming out. I was like, listen, if you're not going to be a separator, you better be a hell of a contested catch guy. And Michael Pittman, I think he's kind of come into his own slowly but surely. So I would say Drake London has that same type of ability. It's just I think he's way better after the catch. I'll be interested to see how he runs. I don't really think I'm going to move him too much. Even after, like, depending on what he runs, I think he's going to be a 4-6 guy, which I'm fine with for what he brings to the table. I don't think he's going to get into the 4-7 territory, but never say never. But if he runs under a 4-6, that'll be wild, in my opinion. But big Drake London guy. And then Garrett Wilson, man. This is the everyman receiver. 6 foot, 183, another guy. Hey, put a little meat on the bones. That's play strength is kind of a worry one of my worries when it comes to him. But the dude is fast. He's up there with Olave in terms of he might be a better. I would say he's actually a better route runner than Olave. This cat is just, he bounces out of his breaks. He can really turn around corners. He could get a little too fancy with his route running and his footwork, and it could throw off the timing of routes. But I just like that ability. Like Bo Melton showed that at the Senior Bowl as well. That he got a little dancy, but you could kind of see that if he wants to work a corner, he could work a corner real easy. 19 forced missed tackles this past season. Very nice, very nice. There was a drop issue early in the year, first 2 games. He had 4 drops. He had like 2 against Akron, which I was like, what the heck? Which he does not have a drop problem. He didn't have a drop problem prior, but that was the first 2 games. When you go to the rest of the season, he only had 2 drops for the remainder of the year. So what, they played like 13? No, they didn't play 13 games. No, yeah, they did. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, 11 games, 2 drops, then if you discount the beginning of the year. But I like this cat. He's got a shake to him. I think he could be a rare athlete after the catch. I look forward to seeing who wants to get him. I think he could really play any role you ask him to, whether it's the slot or you want to play there on the outside. He's very flexible in that regard. But yeah, that's my list. I don't think much will change after the pro days. I mean, we will get Drake London. That's really the only pro day I'm really looking forward to seeing. Of course, there's guys that didn't make the cut that just missed it, like a George Pickens, like a Calvin Austin, John Mechie. But hey, if you want to go check that out, go check out the Patreon. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.